on the Universitas STEKOM YouTube channel. First, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Novita and I will host you for today's event. Now, let me welcome our special guest for today. Welcome to the Honorable Associate Professor PhD Ros Rostyslav Zatserkovnyi as an Associate Professor from LIV University of Trade and Economy from Ukraine, and to the Honorable Dr. Mykhailo Maksymov as an Associate Professor in the Department of Economy, Cybersecurity, and Applied Economy from KARAZIN Kharkiv National University from Ukraine. And then the next speaker, Dr. Marmelo Abante, as a Dean of Graduate School, World City College, Philippines. And last, Dr. Migunani M.Kom, as a Head of Information System from STEKOM University, Indonesia. And last but not least, also to the honorable guests and audience today. Okay, before we begin, I have a few housekeeping notes here. Today's session is being live streamed on the Universitas STEKOM YouTube channel. And for today's event, we will start with Indonesia national anthems and continue with the opening speech by Ms. Risma Nurhabsari as a regular obstacle to the university. In the next presentation, we will begin the main event presentation by our special guest today and handle with Miss Gita and continue with the Q&A session. Take a picture for documentation and last time is closing. Okay, first we will sing our national anthem for the Mr. Abdullah. You can start this session. Thank you. Okay, thank you. And next, we will invite the most responsible person to the stake to conduct this skill international event to give an opening speech. For Miss Risma Nurhabsari, the time is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Novita. I'm sorry, do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Victor, respect college, dear student and ladies and gentlemen. My name is Risma Nurhabsari. I'm a lecturer from University STEKOM, and in this honor for me to deliver the opening remark of on behalf of our rector about Mr. Dr. Joseph Teguh Santoso, M.Kom, who is unable to join us today due to another important commitment. First of all, let us thank God Almighty for the opportunity to gather in this international webinar. And it Kickstart Your Coding Journey will a strong foundation in programming. On behalf of STEKOM University, I warmly welcome our honorable speaker as Professor Dr. Rostyslav Zatserkovnyi, Dr. Mykhailo Maksymov, and Dr. Marmelo Abante. as well as our participants joining us from Indonesia and abroad. We are truly grateful for your presence and your willingness to share and to learn together. Uh, okay, in the era digital transformation, programming is no longer our skill of few specialists. It has become a fundamental competence across many disciplines. However, to progress continually in this field, we must first build a strong foundation, clear logic thinking, understand of basic concept as a algorithm and the structure and the habit of the solving problem systematical. I hope that today's webinar will give our student and participant partial insight on how to start their coding journey, avoid a common mistake, and develop good learning habit. To our student and participant, I invite you to actively engage, listen careful, and make use the question and answer session. Let this webinar be not only a one-day event, but a starting point to continuous learning and self-development in programming. With a spirit remark and behalf to the Rector of STEKOM University, I hereby declare the international webinar Kickstart Your Coding Journey with a strong foundation in programming official open. Thank you very much, and I wish you fruitful and inspiring webinar. Thank you, Miss Novita.
Okay, thank you very much for your conduction, and we will go to the main event. For our audience, if you have any question for the speaker, please add them to the chat, and we'll be able to answer some of the during the Q&A session after presentation. And today, each presenter will have about around 30 minutes for the time, and then we will go to the main event for Miss Kita Salsabila as an international relationship from STEKOM University. The time is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Novita. Good afternoon, everyone, and it is a great honor of anticipation that we introduce today's first speaker, Mr. Gunani, Dr. Mr. Gunani, M.Kom from STEKOM University, Indonesia. As the head of the Information System Department, Dr. Migunani has extensive expertise in computer science and digital innovation. Today, he will share meaningful insight on our topic, and it is Web Development Fundamentals. Build your design your first website, a topic that will inspire us to understand the essential foundation of a modern web development. Time and place is yours, Mr. Gunani. I'm sorry, Mr. Migunani, you have your mic still muted.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. I will share my presentation first. Okay, can my presentation be seen? Okay. Welcome everyone. The title of our presentation today is Kickstart Your Coding Journey with Confidence. This presentation will guide you through understanding core programming concept, writing your first program, and planning your path forward. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me to introduce myself. I'm Migunani, a lecturer from STEKOM University, and I am the head of Information System undergraduate study program. Today, I will explain material about Kickstart Your Coding Journey with Confidence. I will first share my presentation, and okay, you've seen my presentation. Okay, why should we learn programming? Programming unlocks new opportunity. It can accelerate your career growth in the ever-expanding tech industry. It enhances your problem-solving skill by breaking down complex tasks into manageable parts. You can unleash your creativity by building apps, building games apps, or websites. In this way, to future-proof your career is AI, robotic, and data continue to reshape the world. And just as importantly, programming boosts your efficiency and salary potential, often without requiring an advanced degree. So, what exactly is a programming? Let's demystify it. Think of a programming like a recipe. Data are your ingredients. Code is your step-by-step instruction, and the output is the finished dish, which require precision. You will learn how programming language turn data and logic into actionable results, just like a recipe transform ingredients into a meal. Notice this logical flow. After input, next to a coder is a processing input, and next output. Programming follow strict syntax and semantics to process input into meaningful output. It uses logic like conditional decision, like if-else, to control the flow of precisely. Now, which language is the best to learn first? This is a common question, and here helps you decide with confidence. Let's compare some popular language based on ease of learning, primary use case, and job demand. The first one is Python, easy to learn with a simple English-like syntax and great for data science, AI, and automation. And job demand is very high. And second one is JavaScript. JavaScript moderate difficulty, very flexible, and give instant feedback into the browser. Dominant for web development, and demand is also very high. And the next is Java. Java more challenging with a strict syntax, widely used for system and mobile apps and enterprise software, and demand is strong and stable. And the fourth one is C++. C++ also challenging due to complex syntax and manual memory management, used for system programming and performance critical apps, valued in a specialized field. The key is to compare these three factors to make an informed choice that align with your goals. Okay, master core programming concept with Python. Let's dive into the universal core concept you will find in almost every language using Python as our example because of its simplicity. The first one is variable. Variable, there are container that store data value. Example, x is equal to 10. Data type. The data type, they define the kind of data like text, number, and booleans. For example, names equal to list. And the next is conditional, used for decision making. For example, if x greater for 5, print height. And the next is loop. They repeat tab. Example, for E in ring 3, print I will print number 0, 1, and 2. And the next is function. Function is a reusable block of code that perform a task. For example, definition or def, greet, print, hello. And the next is data structure. They organize collections of data. For example, a list of fruits, for example, apple, banana, or user dictionary, for example, Bob. These are the fundamental building block of everything you will create. Essential tool and setup for development. Before you start typing code, you need to set up your development environment. Don't worry, it is less daunting than it seems. Use VS Code as your code editor. It's powerful and customizable. Install language runtime like Python or Node.js to run your program locally and your machines. Manage your project, version, and collaborate using Git or GitHub. For beginner who want to start coding immediately without any setup, use online platforms like Replit or Code Sandbox. You can also use mobile apps like Solo Learn for coding practice on the go. Remember, mastering a local setup is crucial for professional development later on. But start in whatever way is most comfortable for you. Master coding with a proven result and strategy. How do you learn effectively? For foundational knowledge, leverage free resources like FreeCodeCamp, Harvard CS50, official Python documentation, and MDN WebDoc. The in-hand practice skill, consider paid resources like the book, Automate the Boring Stuff for Python, and Eloquent JavaScript, which are full of hands-on projects. Engage with communities like Reddit and Discord to get support and share your progress. Avoid overwhelm by sticking to one or two results at a time. Commit to daily practice of at least 30 minutes with small projects progressively to apply the concept you have learned, and combining project-based learning with forum help will solidify your understanding, accelerate your problem-solving skill. Common pitfall and effective solution. On your journey, you will face challenges, but don't worry, that's normal. My slide help you identify and overcome them. The first one is tutorial hell. Getting stuck watching tutorial without practicing. The solution is to code along actively, pause a video, and practice independently. Fear of error. Anxiety around seeing error message. Overcome this by reading error message carefully and searching for the exact text online. And the next, imposter syndrome. Feeling like you are not good enough. Combat this by tracking your daily progress and celebrating small wins, no matter how small. Lack of direction. Learning without a structure. Prevent this by following a structured curriculum like a free code camp. Remember, struggle and doubts are normal for all programs. The key is a persistent and incremental learning. Build your first project with confidence. No, it's time for action. This is the moment you have been working towards building your first project. Beginner, a project idea, like a start simple with a calculator using variable and function, and a to-do list using a list and conditional, and a number organizer using loops and random number, or a personal website using with HTML tag, CSS, and JavaScript. And development step, plan your future carefully. Code in small, manageable parts, test all possible edge cases, and most importantly, share your work on GitHub. Embrace imperfection. Delivery a functional project with a basic feature is a significant milestone. Write a clear README file to explain your project, showcase the skill you use, and help others understand your work. Advance skill and embrace growth. Finally, once you master the basic, here is how you continue to advance and grow. The ladder of continuous learning. This represents the step-by-step progression from mastering fundamental to specializing in fields like web development, data science, or mobile development, and then leveling up by learning frameworks like React, Django, or Flutter. Climbing with experience and your methods. The key here is to gain real-world experience by contributing to open source projects, staying current via text blog, and participating in hackathons and community meetups. And most importantly, adopt a growth mindset. Shift from saying I can't to I can yet. Focus on learning from your mistakes. Keep learning, stay humble, and enjoy the process. Thank you for joining this webinar. Remember, the longest journey begins with a single step. Your first step is the most important one. Believe in yourself, start coding, and don't believe afraid to make mistakes. Happy coding, and thank you.
Okay, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. This is my presentation.
Yeah, thank you so much for your presentation, Dr. Migun. And we have some question from participant. Yeah, for first question, what core programming concepts should beginner focus on when starting their coding journey? The question already read in the Zoom chat also, sure. Pardon, sir, your microphone is turned off.
Okay. What core programming concepts should beginner focus on when starting their coding journey? Okay, the foundational mindset is a logic over syntaxes. Before any code, understand this principle. Yes, programming is about problem solving and logic, not memorizing command. What is it? The ability to break down a problem into a sequence or a small logical steps. Why it is important? This frees you from the pressure of memorizing everything. Professional programmers Google things constantly. The real skill is knowing what to search for and how to apply the answer. How to practice before writing any code? Try to write down the step in plain English. For example, to make a simple login system, ask user for their username, ask user for their password, check if the username and password match the stored correct ones. If they match, show welcome message. If they don't match, show in error message. And the second one is the big four core concept, number one, variable and data types. What this is, a way to store information in a labeled container, so you can use it later. The data type defines the kind of information. Why it is important? This is how your program remember things. Without a variable, a program couldn't work. With dynamic data like username or the score in a game. Analogy, a label box, you have a box labeled username with a list inside, and another label, user age, with the number is 30 inside. And the second one, the big four concept is control flow or conditional. What is a control flow? Control flow is making decision in your code. This is almost always done with if, else if, and else statement. Where it's important, this allows you program to react differently to different input, making it smart. It's how a website knows. So you allow gene page if you are not logged in, but your dashboard if you are. Analogy, a fork in the road. If it is raining, then take an umbrella, else wear sunglasses. And the third one is loop or iteration. What is loop or iteration? Loop is a way to repeat a block of code multiple times without writing it over and over. The most common type are for loops and while loops. Why it is important? It is the foundation of automation. It's how you can process a list of 1,000 users, display 5 rows in a table, or run a game animation 60 times per second. For analogy, chopping vegetables. You don't have a separate instruction for each carrot. You have one instruction for each vegetable, chop it. And the next is function. What is a function? Function is a named reusable block of code that perform a specific task. It can take input parameter and can return an output. Why it is important? A function keeps your code organized, clean, and reusable. Instead of writing the same 10 lines of code in 5 different places, you just write it once in a function and call it whenever you need it. For analogy, a blender. You put ingredients in a parameter, press a button is a call the function and get a smoothie out return value. You don't need to know how the blades work every time. The next is approaching a practical skill like debugging. This is a concept in the same way, but is the single most important skill you will develop. What is debugging? There's a process finding and fixing error or bugs in your code. Why it is important? Your code will not work the first time. This is a universal truth of programming. Learning to be a calm, methodological detective is what separates people who succeed from people who give up. How practice? Read the error messages. It often tell you exactly what's wrong and which line. And the next is Google error message, like a copy and paste it. Someone has had this problem before. Or use a console log or a print statement. Print out the value of your variable at different points to see what's going on inside your program. Okay, thank you. This is an answer for the questions. Ms. Novita.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer, Dr. Migun. And we will go to the second speaker for Miss Kita. The time is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Migunani, for the inspiring and
Okay.
insightful presentation. Now we can move on to our next distinguished speaker. It is great honor and privilege that we introduce our second speaker, Association Professor PhD Rostyslav and Zatserkovnyi from LUTE, or Lviv University of Trade and Economics University, Ukraine. With a remarkable background and extensive experience in engineering and applied science, Professor Rostyslav will share his valuable insights on web development fundamentals. Build your design your first website. A subject a subject that is not only timely but also deeply relevant to our academic and professional growth. Mr. Rostislav Zatserkovnyi, time and place is yours. Maybe there's no attendance from Professor PhD Rostislav Zatserkovnyi. Um, okay, maybe we can move on to the next speaker. We are pleased to introduce for the next speaker, and that is Dr. Mykhailo Maksymov from KARAZIN National University, Ukraine, with a strong academic background and broad expertise in economic cybernetics and applied analytics. Dr. Mykhailo will be sharing his insights on web development fundamentals. Build and design your first website, a topic that plays a vital role in today's digital information era. Time and place is yours for Dr. Mykhailo Maksymov.
Yes, hello. Glad to see you, and I would try to present you how to start create your new site with simple example with usual um, virtual service that you would use to uh, do something, some actions with me if you want, or you would repeat after me, maybe after records, what we do now. We would create something like this, as you see, but I would show you how we would start this very simple site, but it's so interesting and so pretty. And I would show you how you would start your first code in with CSS is this markup languages that we use to build any sites. And in the second part, we would create a simple site, but using CMS WordPress. I would show you how it would be without coding enough, and you would add different parts or sites if as you want. Okay, let's start. What we start for, we would use the most useful service like REPL8.com. I would enter here, and I already registered. And if you start first, you would register in this service and use it with me. What I will do, I would choose the menu development frameworks and choose HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And click Remix. and use framework. What I have after this, I would have some interface to coding, and I would add my first file for coding. Is like looks like index HTML. Or I have a base structure of HTML. And I would add a preview menu, preview slide. It's like you would see it's hello world, and you would see here hello world, hello world. It's a similar. And what I would do with it. Yes, if this is your first code, it may be so hard to understand how it would be. Oh, but we would more simply for code. I would delete everything that we don't need for start, and I would delete everything, but you would see that it looks similar. Hello world. Main point for HTML hypertext markup language is the tag. What is this? It's some elements that we would uh, take into them our text, and it influence for our text that we change our um, indicated this text in our example. It's hello world, so it's bold, in English bold, B, and I put my text inside my opening text and a closing text, and I have some results. It would be like bold or italic, and you would see that italic text, super. What I would use the next step, for example, I like Google, and I would use the anchor tag, anchor. For example, href, hyperreference. For example, to Google. And write this Google. Yeah, you would see. Yeah, it's okay. It works. It goes to Google by this link. It's a hyperlink, and one of the beautiful elements in HTML, it's image. Image with sources. For example, some sources from the internet, or maybe it would be a game like Minecraft. Many students mine like this game, and I take some images. For example, this. I would use some link for external images too, and I keep copy address of imaging and input here, and I would show you that I would see this image. Oh, super! It's like looks like magic. Yes, and last tag that would represent you in this short first example, it's like div. Div, it's nothing for uh, C, it's only for structure, for example. I would use it, but we don't see anything, only that we take like a block of this element, and my image and another. It's my first uh, code for you. And what you would see, I would show you it. You would enter this and see it by your computer. It's our first step. Right? So B, text, anchor, div, and images. And we would use, we would create our second project. I would go to main page of REPL it. Yes, we already understand it. But yes, we would use some artificial intelligence instructions, but we would use developer frameworks, HTML, CSS, and Remix. And use framework. Yes, I am starting, but I need to add my files. You already see it, but I would repeat it for you remember more better. Files and add index HTML. Okay, it's my start. And second, what I need is that preview element. By them, I would see that I got in the index HTML. What I have had is my work element, like special elements that describe of our file. It would be okay. It's not use. And in body, we code in our HTML of our text that we see it in our preview model. And now I have some text that I would use and use my some magic with example of code. But before it, I would create base code and add for a style CSS for them, and it would be most beauty and magnifical. Okay, what I start for? I use element like div with class like card. Div. Okay, div. It's my main block that I use for all of my elements. And it would have class like card. It's first. Second, I would take another div with class name like text. And close my div. It's about nothing to demonstrate because it's only structure elements. But I start my header. Header like 2 level. I would use H2 and, for example, name of my game, Minecraft. And after this, I would use next tag, like paragraph, its name P. And I say it is my favorite game. I would check. Yeah, Minecraft is my favorite game. Super. We have text, we have header, we have paragraph. looks like good. But I would like to use images, new images, use tag EMG with source src equal, and I've used some picture from the internet, for example, this. It's copy address of image and input here. You would see that, oh, super image, my header, and my paragraph. And the last, what I need, it's like link for my game. And link on the HTML, we use tag it's anchor, and hyper reference. For example, for my game site like Minecraft, yeah, it's the official site of this game, and I take it and go to the game. Okay, I would check. Yes, image, header, paragraph, and anchor. My link. It's link for this site. Yes, we would see that tags with some classes, with image, with some elements like sources, like links. It's so-so, but it's maybe for start, it's so understandable for beginners how it would be. But it's not so great. It's not so great design. Maybe you would think that, oh, no, it's so not interesting. We some bad, but I have some elements that I prepared before to make these base elements more beautiful, more designable. I would add file. It's like style CSS. It's a special markup language to decorate, to use design of our base information by base text with text. And I add my uh, tag that I prepared before. And that's what you see. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it's like pretty with some colors and some visual effects. It's maybe so interesting. But how it works, I would show you. For example, let's go to the game. We have green color for the A, for the take A. And in my style CSS, I would find, for example, my it's tag A, and I have background color like green. But I would change it, for example, for blue. So, and you would see that I change my color. Very interesting. For example, I would growth of size of my paragraph. I would search it in my style CSS. It's a wow, it's pale. Okay, font size 16. Uh, 16 pixels. For example, I would add to 26 pixels. And save and update. Oh yes, it's my good. It's growing up. Super, super. Um, okay, this is my first example, and I already see some questions. I would answer it. And people who now present in the chat, please, if you understand how it would be, please send plus in the chat. And if you don't so to understand, please send plus minus, and you would don't understand anything that I show you, please send minus in the chat. It's for feedback for me. It's very important to communicate with our audience. And I have a question. What common mistakes do beginners often make when learning HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? Uh, I answer for you. They stop to learning. It's maybe first, and second, they don't use this technology to create some applications, because main important approach, you need to coding for yourself first and another for another. uh, for this you would imagine some site, for example, that needs for you, and you would design it, for example, in some um, markup services, for example, Draw.io or another. You would create prototypes of your future site, and you would coordinate firstly, secondly, thirdly, but you main mistake, it would be like stop to coding. You need to coding step by step, and it's the first, and second, maybe it for uh, take more difficult that you understand, but for this you would choose um, Learn.js, for example, uh, good sites, good tutorials for study relevant technology with step-by-step elements. And better if you uh, choose good educational program to study this technology, and use learn it step by step. And the second mistake, every another, it's depends of your experience, of your focus, of um, your profile, but in my experience, it's most mistakes for don't coding. And which resources or tools are most effective for learning front-end development? It's good educational courses. It's the most important. And Learn.js. And one side and another, for example, it's a good side. Uh, my lovely, it's Froggy Flex Froggy. My lovely site to study CSS. What is it? It's like Froggy, and like some elements that we jump it to it. And what I need to use some commands from CSS. It's like justify content. For example, a flex and I need. flex and super! It's a froggy jump to the pond. Okay. And for example, next, I already know that it's justify content. Justify content. And I needed the center. Justify. Oh, super. We have 24 levels, but it's so very interesting and most impressional for this. And Code Combat. It's about programming language study. It looks like now I'm a student. No, play down. What is this? This is the it's original play. I would choose JavaScript, text code, next, like some hero, and keep and play. Move to the bridge, for example.
This is the hero that you control with code.
Hero move to 1, 2. It's like
This way to the bridge.
it's like a very interesting game for make your impression to study code, and it's so interesting and everything it's understanding. And for example, move to 1, hero move to 3, for example.
Great job, you did it. Click the done button.
Oh, yeah, success. It's a second instrument that I would like to present for my students to start to learning programming and another. And what I want to present for my students, usually it's a practical tasks. For example, I create online calculators or quizzes or another, and it's instrument for make interest to students to study programming or markup languages or another instrument to coding. Thank you for your attention. I think that you would interested in this, and please send me some number from 0 to 10 what that describe what you like my presentation, my examples, and my services for you. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, oh, thank you, it's very interesting. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation. And we have some question from participant. For first question, what common mistake do beginner often make when learning HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? This question for Professor Mykhailo. Thank you.
Miss Novita, I think the question was answered before. Yeah, it was answered.
Okay, thank you. And we will go to the second speaker for Miss Kita. You can handle.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Mykhailo, for sharing your valuable insight with us. Very interesting and excellent presentation, I must say. Before we move on to the next session, let us now call back Mr. Rostyslav Zatserkovnyi to deliver his presentation as he was skipped earlier. Uh, Mr. Rostyslav Zatserkovnyi, are you here in this room? Maybe we skipped him sometimes because he joined with another username. Um, there's no sign of Mr. Zaslav Zatserkovnyi in here, so maybe we could next to the next session, and that is I have announcement before closing our agenda. Unfortunately, Dr. Marmelo Abante from World City College, WCC, Philippines, is unable to join us today due to an unexpected circumstances. We truly appreciate his contributions and hope to welcome him in the future session. That is from me. Maybe time and place I will give back to Miss Novita.
Okay, thank you so much for your speak. Yeah. Before I close this event, for all participants, please open your camera. I will take a picture on the count of 3 for documentation. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, another one. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for your keen cooperation. Finally, we come to the end of webinar today. We would like to thank you for all speaker for the wonderful information and sharing your knowledge. We hope this information will be beneficial for all participants. At least we have to have more collaboration in the future. The webinar for today end here. Hope to see you soon. Thank you and have a nice day.